All right, another episode of Recycled Idaho with my friend Eric Sonner. How you doing, man?
Good.
Eric, I've known you for about 15 years.
Yep.
Which is crazy. I met you when you were slinging copper pipe.
Yep.
You know, just in the rec center. Yeah. I was running the rec center in Boise, and I've met some of the coolest people that I'm like super close friends with now, just in that rec center.
Yeah.
Which that's why I hold that rec center really close to my heart. Like even here, I started here in Caldwell.
Yeah.
Downstairs where I started. But I've known your story. I don't know if you've told it on any other podcasts.
No, I haven't done any of that yet.
I think your story is awesome, man.
Yeah.
But I don't even know all of it. I just know like blips. You know, little blips. Like the hat you're wearing now. Like we'll get there. But will you start us in the beginning? Like when we met, what were you doing?
So let me start before that. So we'll start like at the very beginning. So I'm from Idaho. I grew up in Buell, Idaho. Grew up on a farm. You know, my dad farmed with my brother. We lived in a mobile home. Struggled in school, you know, and all that, and it was hard, but didn't know what I wanted to do. So when I got done with school, I kind of got into this air conditioning and heating thing. So I went to College of Southern Idaho in Twin Falls for a year, and then I moved to Southern California and started working with ACO Engineered Systems.
What did you do at college? Were you going?
It was a trade school.
The
CW, not CWI, but CSI in Twin Falls. Yep.
So were you going for HVAC
yes.
stuff?
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you knew like that was the path you were
going. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah, it was like
Is there
something
a reason
different.
You picked that?
One of my friends, his grandparents were related. He knew people at ACO, and he said that's what you should get into because I didn't know what I was going to do.
I think it could be pretty good money.
Oh, it's great. No, you can do really good with it. Yeah, if you apply yourself. Yeah.
Okay, so
So I moved to Southern California when I was 19, and went to work for ACO and got in the union, local 250 union apprenticeship program. Okay. You know, and it was really hard, extremely hard to move from the small dinky town in Buell, Idaho to
the big. Like LA?
I lived in Long Beach.
Okay.
And then I lived in an apartment in Long Beach, and then I moved to Orange County or to Huntington Beach and lived with some roommates. And then I bought a place in Placentia, and then I lived there for 2 years, and then we moved back. So
that'd be kind of cool though. Like, what were you, like 20?
Yeah, I was in my 20s. Yeah, 25 is when I moved back. So it was like
that's
19
a big culture shock.
Oh yeah, it was big time. Yeah, it was hard.
Was part of it cool, or did you just hate
No, I liked it. It was cool. It was a good experience. You know,
Okay.
it was hard. You know, it was hard to do that, to be away from my family and everything else. So, but I met my wife in Idaho, and then, you know, she moved down with me and lived with me for like 2 years, and then we moved back together when I was done with school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're down at ACO.
Yeah.
And you met your wife in Idaho, you said.
Yep.
So you met her after you were down
We
in
met
LA?
before that, but then we, you know, kind of did our thing.
Did your
we
own
got
thing.
Back together, you know.
Okay.
We were together. I mean, it was just hard, you know, but we were together pretty much the whole time. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. So in LA, working though.
Yeah.
How did you get back to Idaho? How did I meet you?
So I moved back. My dad passed away, like right when I was getting ready to come back. So then I was like, I wanted to get back. It was time for me to get back, right? So I came back and I worked for JCI for like half a year, and then I decided to go. I went to work. Actually, it was R&M. I worked for R&M for half a year.
Okay.
And then I went to York JCI for like 2 years. And then it was like, I called up my old boss at ACO, and I was like, you know, I think I want to start my own business, or maybe, you know, something. He's like, well, so then we started ACO in Boise in like 2008-ish.
So you started ACO in Boise.
Yes.
I knew that.
Yeah.
But you didn't tell me that.
Yeah. No, we started ACO in Boise, yeah.
Gary told me that.
Yeah.
Because he's like, no, Eric's the one that started this over here. I
think
so because what were you at this point, like in 30s, 25?
Probably around 28, 29.
I mean, that's pretty impressive, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was 27, 28, I was down there.
Yeah.
crushing cans.
Yeah.
Just trying to
Yeah.
just try and get
Yeah.
by, man. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't real inspired then.
Yeah.
I was just kind of a dumbass.
Yeah.
Dude. I was just kind of
Yeah.
just trying to make my way, man. But you're already over there, basically. Even though it's kind of like a franchisee model.
It was just like I just helped ACO. I wasn't even afraid. I just kind of, got it started, and then was managing the technicians and stuff like that. So
you probably, but going through that experience, it probably taught you. I would imagine.
Oh, you learn a lot. Yeah,
you learn how to start your own business.
You do, yeah, you do. There's a lot of learning curves with that in itself to do that for sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I went through that, and that's where I met Nick. We scrapped out a potato cellar in Caldwell here, and it was a huge scrap thing that we did, and it was crazy.
There was a lot of
scrap. Yeah, we did a lot of scrap, and we did a lot of big projects at ACO and stuff. So there's a lot of big copper that we did. Mm-hmm. Yes, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Yeah.
And that's you and Gary would haul it in.
Yeah,
it was great, man.
Yeah.
So you're doing. I mean, that was a big project though, but were you doing like residential stuff?
No, we did a lot of commercial and industrial stuff,
But did you ever do residential stuff?
We've done residential, yeah, and we do it now, with some part of the business.
You do it with your company now.
There's money, there's things to be done and help people out and to do stuff, yeah.
Because I assume you guys are the busiest when it's 0 degrees.
Yeah, when it's hot, really hot or really cold. Really hot. We're real busy.
You probably get a lot of phone calls when it's 100 degrees.
You do, yeah. A lot of people still call me all the time, even though I'm not in that too much, in that area of the business too much anymore.
They call you personally?
Oh, yeah.
To have
people still have my number.
Like a homie hookup?
Yeah. Or just to help them out.
Just to help them out.
I'll talk to people, so
to help them out.
I like fixing things.
So that's how we met on the recycling end. Like HVAC companies are a real big part of the recycling business. Yeah. I mean, we do a lot of business with multiple ones of them. That's how I met you. But since then, I don't remember the year, obviously. You will. Like, you broke off of ACO.
Yeah, so it was kind of like at a point where I got into cryptocurrency, kind of helped a guy out. And I remember the story. I showed my boss at ACO at the time. One of my buddies in Hidden Springs, where I live, he's trying to build this data center in Central Washington, Bitcoin mine, and he couldn't get it to work. He's struggling, losing money. He spent millions of dollars on it. And I showed it to my boss, the picture of it, and he was laughing at me, saying it was like Home Depot shelves and this and that. So I was like, well, fine, and then I'll just deal with it myself. So I kind of started. That was my first in 2015. Got into the crypto, helping people fix it.
So you got into crypto through a neighbor that needed help.
Yeah.
You saw a problem.
Yeah.
That's because you've been telling me about crypto.
A long time.
I should have listened.
Yeah. So
I didn't.
Yeah. So I met. I helped them fix that, and then I got into it where I bought some servers and had them up there, and then the market went down, and I got rid of them, and it was hard. It's very hard, but and then I got into an opportunity where I had a job in Sweden. And so we did 8 megawatts in Sweden and helped build it out, flew fans over, designed the system.
What's 8 megawatts? Can you visualize that for me?
So a Walmart, for example, is a megawatt or maybe a megawatt and a half, maybe something like that.
And that's a megawatt to run the whole facility?
Yeah, that's just the power for the compute. They'd have the compute and the fans and stuff like that.
That's
so a megawatt, yeah.
The system has to be 1 megawatt to run a Walmart. Mm-hmm. So you had 8, you were running...
We were going to build out 8 megawatts. So we built out half. We built out 4 megawatts, and they were going to order the rest. And then the bear market set in, and the price of Bitcoin dropped really low, and then they paid me, and I quit. I just quit my job. I quit ACO, started my own business.
Okay, so you're on your own.
Yeah, started my own business, and I was doing HVAC work and then this crypto thing, right? And then this thing happened. They went bankrupt right when I quit. But so they paid me half of the money, and then I had all these fans and stuff I had to deal with, so I had to, and then I owed money to the fan guy, and so it was really stressful. But I was able to find a guy in Colorado that had this site in Colorado that was 80 megawatts, and he had a Bitcoin mine there, and he was struggling with cooling and stuff like that. So it worked out really well because I was able to move the fans over to Colorado.
Okay.
To put them in the site.
Because he'd already bought them.
Yeah, they were half bought, so I had to get them out of the fab. They didn't have anywhere to put them, right? Okay. So I was like, I owed money on them. It was very stressful.
You'd already ordered them.
Oh yeah, they were all made.
And you were committed to them.
Yes, committed.
Because they were like custom ordered, like custom made.
They make them to order, right?
So it's not like they could sell them to someone else.
So I had, and it wasn't even. It's in the grand scheme of things now, it's not very big, but it was big for me at the time. But these fans I had to deal with. There was truckloads of them, and it was anyway. We were able to get them over there, and then the company that I bought them from started paying me again, and then they completely went bankrupt right at the end, and then I ended up selling a lot of the fans to the guy in Colorado, and then doing more with him, so it worked out really well. And then, so we're working through that, and I was doing some.
Can you
explain
what Bitcoin mining is?
So basically, what it is you're validating the blockchain. And every block, there's X amount of Bitcoin that are mined. Like it used to originally, it was 50 Bitcoin per block. And then it got cut in half. Every 4 years, it gets cut in half. So it went from 50 to 25 to 12.
So there's less supply coming?
To 6 1/4 to 3. Yeah. And then it'll be 1.5. That's how much the reward is per block. So at the beginning, it was a lot more. And that's how you kind of validate the blockchain that's how they reward it. And then it kind of ebbs and flows, as in, the price of Bitcoin goes down, miners will drop off, and then it will adjust the difficulty, and then it will bring the money up. Then the money will start to come up, and you'll be able to make more Bitcoin.
Okay.
So it's just a way of kind of balancing it out.
And just that computing power, it takes a lot of computing power.
Yeah, a lot of computing power.
And that creates a lot of heat.
Yeah, a lot of heat.
And that's where HVAC guys come.
Yeah, you just basically, and it's not even HVAC, because you can't look at it like traditional HVAC. It's a lot of just blowing air across it. It is, but it's not, because you got to blow the air across it. And so we've done, a lot of sites, and then we created another business called Tesseract, where we built 4 megawatt mobile data centers.
Those are cool. Yeah, like I did get to see.
You saw that, yeah, and it was cool, and it was neat, and it worked. In 2021 on that upswing, in China just banned Bitcoin mining, so everybody was coming here. So we built like 15, and then the bear market set in again, and then it was a very nice, expensive unit that we built, and it was just not economical for people to want to do that. So you're
not building those Tesseracts anymore?
No, that's done. Yeah, we basically shut down that business. Yeah,
and you're diving into keeping these big 80 megawatt
we were doing the Bitcoin mining thing, and I finally went through all the equipment that I had and got rid of all that, and then I got an opportunity. So Moonshot, I partnered with Moonshot. Moonshot's an electrical. They do all the electrical side. They have a panel shop, and give a shout out to Moonshot, because they're we work together very well, and I respect Ethan, the CEO, and they've helped me a lot too, and we've helped each other out on these projects.
Okay. But
Ethan had called me about a site in West Texas that we did. It was 200 megawatts of cooling, right? And this was just 2 years ago in 2024. So we got into that.
That 200 megawatt. Real quick, what footprint of a building is that?
It's big. It was a big building. They were like 500 feet long, and there was 4 of them, each one was 50 megawatts, and they're about 80 feet wide. So it's a huge. It looks like a big chicken.
And they're just doing crypto mining.
They were just doing crypto. They are just doing crypto mining in that. Yes.
That's insane.
But now everything's changed a lot with what's going on. But we'll get into that.
Okay.
But yeah, So we did that, and it was a neat job, And then I was at a conference with Moonshot in Houston, Texas, and it was called Empower 2024, and I had met one of the Sean from TerraWolf, COO of TerraWolf, in the back of a rideshare. And
really?
And he's TerraWolf's a publicly traded crypto mining company, but they wanted to get into AI HPC, which is high performance compute, AI, the new data center boom.
Okay.
So they wanted to get into doing that, and they had mentioned to me that they wanted to try to, so I gave them my card, had my robo number on it, that's brings to my app on my phone, it's not even my cell phone. Get a call from him and Jerry when I got back, and they were like, yeah, we want to kind of figure this out. And so
that's awesome.
It worked really well. I've had a lot of people help me along the way, and I've got a lot of really good people on my team now, but we've started out with TerraWolf with 2 megawatts, pilots, kind of proof of concept,
okay,
to 20 megawatts, to 50 megawatts, to 50 more megawatts to 200 and 200. So now we have 527 megawatts under construction in upstate New York.
Oh, that's the stuff you're doing in New York?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's all around the HPC? Is that what you call it?
AI HPC, high performance computing.
High performance
Yeah, very
computing.
dense instead of like...
So it's all wrapped around the AI stuff?
It's all about that, yeah.
All about is that connected to, is that like its own AI component, its own
They're just GPUs, NVIDIA GPUs they put in there that are like...
They're making their own.
Very expensive, and it's not crypto mining, it's completely different. So you can spend, Bitcoin mining would cost $500,000 a megawatt to build out a site. Okay, it doesn't count the computers, just to build out a site, $500,000 a megawatt. Okay. HPC AI could be $8 to $10 million a megawatt to build it out.
And you're building how many megawatts?
527 right now.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
it's
insane.
nuts. No, it's nuts.
So how long is that project going to take?
It's going to take us years to do,
10 years?
No, like
okay.
2 or 3 years.
The reason I say that is like I talked to some contractors out at Micron, and one we're doing like roll-offs of this just scrap metal constantly. I'm like, how long is this project going to be? He told me 10 years.
Yeah.
That's what they told me out there. I'm like, we'll be doing roll-offs here for 10 years. Yeah. And I'm like, that's awesome for me, but it's mind-blowing that that project is going to take that. But your project isn't going to take that long, just a couple years.
It'll take years. There's a lot of the huge demand.
Well, people are obviously putting their money into it. They believe that's the future.
It is. Well, it's everybody. It's on all your phones, and then the biggest thing that we've noticed right now is the constraint is not. It's the power. There's just not enough power out there to feed the thirst of what the data center all want. They want all this data center. So there's people. I was at a conference a couple weeks ago in Las Vegas where there was a guy there talking about an island in Alaska that's a volcanic island that has hot magma about 5,000 feet below, that they wanted to drill down and get hot water to spin a turbine to generate power, like 200 megawatts.
Off an island with
and then he was talking about like every 30 years the volcano could erupt and pyroclastic flows could flow down, but there's a spot on the island where it's somewhat safe. That's how desperate it is for power. That's what I'm getting at.
Are you turning into a supervillain?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening here? Because that is insane. Yeah. But that's incredibly awesome, too.
Yeah. No, it's insane. Yeah.
I mean, just power in general, just enough power to, if everyone went to electric vehicles, it's mind-boggling.
Well, this data center thing is so much power.
And then that's even it's different. I use AI every day.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, you do, and it's really...
And I love it.
Yeah, and it's so... Because the equipment, I mean, that's the other thing, is like, the reason it has to be done a certain way is because the equipment is extremely expensive. I mean, you may spend, hundreds of millions of dollars to build the site up, but you could spend billions of dollars on computers to stick in there. That's not even the computers that go in the servers. That's why you have to do everything has to be so precise, and you have to have your cooling, everything set up correctly.
You have to have the cooling dialed, because if you don't, you could...
it could catch on fire and
ruin... You could ruin billions of dollars of CPU, or are they called GPUs?
Yeah, GPUs.
What's the G stand for?
It's a graphics card.
Graphics, okay, got it.
Rendering,
But it's just a super powerful computer, That's crazy, man.
So we've kind of learned, I mean, we've got a lot of good people on our team now. We do engineering, we do...
So you have an engineering department?
Yep, equipment procurement, commissioning.
Are you running it all out of here in Idaho?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But we're all over the country.
You're all over the
world.
All over the world, I would imagine.
Yeah. There's opportunities all over. There's a lot of stuff going on out there right now.
When you were living in a trailer, and no diss on that, much respect to all that. But when you're living there and you decided you want to go into HVAC in your wildest dreams, did you think you'd be...
No, but the thing I tell anybody that I've ever, and I always tell people this, it's like you can do whatever you want in life. You just got to have that's one thing I feel like we didn't learn in school, is nobody setting goals. It's such a big deal. If I've started setting goals for myself and I've hit every single thing I've ever set by far, and then it's this just crazy how where I'm at today, where I was at 5 years ago. And if you set goals and you visualize yourself being there and see it, it'll just come and fall in your lap. Something will show up. You'll meet a guy in the back of a ride share.
I love that part of that because we do a ton of shows around the scrap world, you know, and I feel like we're pretty innovative. Yeah. And a lot of our opportunity that we've gotten is just by taking that meeting or just showing up. And happenstance, you know, and happenstance, there's just certain times where you just meet someone randomly. But if you don't have the balls to put yourself in an awkward situation or like think that you're worth it, it can never happen.
No, you gotta visualize yourself differently. You gotta think about you want to be your future self, you know, like you want to visualize where you're going to be or your future self, whatever you want to be, and you got to visualize that's where you're at right now, and that's what it feels like to be there, and then you get there.
Then you get there
like that.
But you don't get there by magic.
Though. You don't get there by like.
You get there by working your ass off.
You do. You have to work your ass off, and you have to really have goals, and you have to really want it.
Yeah.
But you can do whatever you want if you really once you get past the point of like holding yourself back, you can get whatever you want. Like it's just it's open.
There's this clip on Instagram I've seen a few times where someone's like, tell me the biggest lie that someone's told you.
Yeah.
And he's something along the lines like, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest lie.
Yeah.
Because they're like, what do you mean? It's like, it is that easy. You just have to.
You do.
You just have to do it.
You just have to do
it. And I've learned that in my own life. Like, when I was 27, got a job here. I've told this story a few times, but I remember that moment of clarity almost, where I'm like, why am I like being a pussy and like acting like I deserve more? I just need to work my ass off.
You do, yeah.
I just need to work my ass off, and then show the people that can help empower me and help. If I make them more money, they'll give me more money. And great things have happened to me that I just simply changed my mindset.
Yeah, you just change your mindset.
That's what it is.
The worst thing, your worst enemy is between your ears.
That's
your worst enemy.
You know, I think especially in your 20s, a lot, at least me, I'd get that, like, oh, I'm smarter than my boss.
Yeah.
I'm smarter than that guy. Yeah. You might be, but it doesn't fucking matter.
No.
I tell this to my own kids because my oldest daughter, still, she's in college now. She's killing it. She's going to be an engineer. She's amazing. But her whole life, and she's probably right because she's sharp as a tack, she's always just complaining about teachers and bitching, moaning. And
you got to take ownership and just, that's
like,
what you
cares? Like, who cares? I'm like, when you're in that class, that's your boss. Figure out how to work with that person. You know, and I think I told my wife that. I was like, I love when my kids get shitty teachers. Because I hate the parents that blame a school because their kid's not doing well. I'm like, I think that comes from home, not the school. You know, they've had bad teachers and great teachers. And I think you learn more from the bad teachers because you learn how to survive in that environment. Yeah. And that's why I would never, I love that. Like, and I think once you can break that mindset and just do it on your own and shoot for the moon, make huge goals.
Yeah, huge goals.
We've made huge goals as our company. As you can see some of these pictures on the wall, and I'll give you a quick tour after here to show you what we're working on. But what you're working on it blows my mind.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It blows my mind. You didn't even talk about intelligent design.
No, and intelligent design too. We've got 20 technicians in the field, do commercial, industrial, and it's just, this is so overwhelming what we're doing right now. But intelligent, I got some really good people like Brian running the show, and Chase, and all the people in the office, and all the technicians do a great job. And it's great, but and where we kind of complement each other because we can send some of the technicians over to do commissioning, and it's kind of like a force multiplier to be able to peel off some guys to send over to a site because it's mission critical what we're doing. So it doesn't matter. It's just whatever it takes to get it done. You have to get it done.
That's awesome, man. How have you been able to create this culture and like grow your team? How have you been able to? And was there any growing pains?
Oh yeah.
Was
lots of growing pains.
Weird, yeah.
It's very hard. Very hard doing your own business.
Is there something you like screwed up on that you would have changed now?
Yeah. There's lots of things that I've screwed up on.
Is there something like one thing in particular?
It's just trying to find and get the good people, try to find good people, and then take care of them is important because it's all about the team and the people that I have. I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't the people that I have and my wife and my kids and everybody.
The support at home.
The support at home, and then all the people that help me, like the people I brought on that work for Data Airflow or Intelligent Design, have been amazing, and it's exciting to watch them grow. And I feel like I'm very honorable, and I'm not going to lie or like make something up or try to be selfish or greedy with things. I try to reward people and take care of them for what they do and grow together. That's what I always thought. And so trying to create that culture, and that's really, the culture is extremely important,
Culture over everything.
Yeah.
I think if without a good culture, it's hard to grow as a company.
And we've got a really good culture now.
I feel that
very
when I go in there.
We have a very good upswing right now.
It feels that way. Like I just see glimpses of it, but it feels that way from the people I've talked to and that you work with. You've already hit it here. What's your big goals for the future in 5-10 years?
I want to just keep, I want to keep,
you buy a jet?
Yeah.
That's a good goal.
Yeah, it is.
That's a huge goal. Like I think you should make like an insane goal that you can't hit.
Yeah, I know that's a hard thing. Is everything I've said, I have. I know it's crazy, but yeah, you just got to set some goals. Like I want to grow this. I want to grow this and have a really good place for people to be at, and make something where we're going to be the guys you call when you want to build something out like this, and we have that
worldwide.
Yeah, just whatever. Yeah.
Are you going to set up shops all across the...
I was thinking about that. That'd be something where you have an office in Texas is like the epicenter of power. There's a lot of power in Texas. So there's a lot of opportunity down there.
Where does the power come from?
It's renewable. It could be gas. There's a lot of gas down there and stuff where they're generating generation.
Besides volcanoes. I think a lot of people don't understand where power comes from.
Yeah, a lot of it. In New York, it's all... hydroelectric, so it comes off Niagara.
Okay, off of like dams.
Yeah, big, huge, gigantic.
So I just toured. They did some got rid of some old equipment at Lucky Peak Dam.
Yeah.
And they gave me a tour, and that's what I love about my job the most. Because I always ask, I'm like, hey, can I?
Oh yeah.
Can I go look?
I get to do a lot of that. We do a lot of different tours. Get to go to different factories and see all this really cool stuff.
And just the Lucky Peak Dam is. Amazing. Yeah. Like it's just the fact the power comes from that or what do you
a lot of it could be that's one thing with Bitcoin mining too, is it's like it's stranded power or it's or whatever, so
yeah. What is stranded power mean?
Stranded power could be some wind generation they've got where they can't get it out. Like so you could have a Bitcoin mine there. Like so I went to a waste coal power plant in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Where they take the coal off the hillsides and stuff that's polluting the rivers and all that.
Okay.
And they run it through this boiler, and it cleans up the environment because you're basically taking all this coal that's piled up, and water leaches through it, and it creates it
gets into the water
acidic.
Supply.
It makes it real acidic in the river, like lemon juice. Is what it's equivalent to pH.
Oh wow.
And so they'll run it through this boiler, and then they'll generate power like 100 megawatts, and then they'll use that to run the Bitcoin mine because they can do that and then they're cleaning up the environment. But the problem with it is without having that load, like I guess when that big winter thing hit Texas, they tried this boiler's been off, right? And then they tried to turn it on. It took like 2 weeks. It's not something you'd snap your fingers, it just turns on, right?
It's not like
a huge
light switch.
It's a huge, gigantic boiler. It's 14 stories tall. So they took them 2 weeks to get it going, and then they didn't need it anymore. So they sent power down to Texas for 2 weeks. But so it's one of those things where if you had a load on it, you could run it at 50 megawatts, and then you could shut off your Bitcoin mine, ramp it up to 100 megawatts, send the power out, or if they're paying more money for it, then they could use it. So it's a really good way to have a load on your grid to help stabilize the grid is what they like about Bitcoin mining. HPC is different because you're computing and you don't shut it off.
You need consistent energy.
You do. You have two power sources for HPC. So you have to have either a gensets or two different power feeds coming in. That's the way that you do HPC.
Just in case one fails?
Yeah, and then you also got UPSs to back it up, and there's all kinds of dynamics to it.
What happens if it does fail? Are you just...
What it does is you have You have.
Can you burn up that equipment?
You have safety things in there. You have enough water volume to where you could run, and you have UPSs.
Until it gets cool enough?
Yeah, you have a UPS that'll run for 10 minutes, so they could safely shut down the compute.
Got it.
So it doesn't catch on fire.
So you have all that built in. Okay.
You do that, and then you also have like a UPS to let the server shut down safely, so you don't lose. Because if you just shut it off, you lose that work, and the work may have took 10 hours. It's a huge amount of revenue that you would lose. So they're saving the work, and then if the power is going to shut off, they would have 10 minutes to shut off the server safely, save the compute, and then get whatever's wrong figured back out, turn it back on.
Okay.
Start right at that same spot where you were at instead of losing that whole workload.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what you're doing is amazing.
Yeah.
If someone wants to find you, how do they reach out to you?
Like LinkedIn is good.
LinkedIn's good? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll attach your LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man.
No,
it's been
great. Thank you. It's been fun. Like,
I can't wait to see where you are in 10 years, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You gotta let me know when you get that private jet, man. I want to check it out.
Yeah, right.
All right, thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.